Okay, so today we are going to learn about GUI, and if you look at column, you can find the tutorial GUI under the project here. So today I will be explaining tutorial MATLAB GUI. Okay, only this tutorial. Okay, and if you are interested to know more about GUI, you can refer to lecture note 11. But today I'm not going to cover this lecture notes. Okay, I will be explaining the tutorial MATLAB GUI. Okay, so basically I have opened a MATLAB and also um the tutorial. Okay, so maybe because I can show you only one screen, so I will be showing you my MATLAB screen. Okay, and later on maybe you can refer to your to the PDF file of the MATLAB tutorial, the GUI tutorial. Okay, so to access GUI, basically you can write in command window, you can write the word guide. Okay, if you write guide and then press enter, you will get a GUI window coming out. Okay, but there will be an error here. So error here says that in future MATLAB, there will be no guide command. Okay, you need to use app designer. Okay, but my MATLAB still can use guide. So if you cannot get guide, I mean when you type guide, there are nothing coming out, you can use app designer. Okay. So basically a GUI is a place where you can design an app. Okay, an app using MATLAB. For example, if you want to design a calculator or something that allows you to plot graphs. Okay, so GUI allows you to design something. Okay, something that you can interact with users. Okay, so here is the layout of the GUI. So here the empty boxes here represent how to say your um, I will term it as a white sheet. Okay, where you can put all your buttons for the GUI later. Okay, so here you can make it bigger. Just uh, just drag the edge. Okay, and you can make your white sheet bigger. And here on the left, there are a lot of GUI functionality. So such as you have push button, slider, radio button, checkbox, and so on. There are a lot of them. And of course, I cannot cover everything. But in the tutorial, if today I have I cannot cover everything, then you have to refer to the tutorial. Okay, for the other things that I did not cover. So there are a lot of things. If you press, for example, push button, so just push and then draw the button on the white sheet, then you can get something. Okay, push button, for example. And then maybe I try a checkbox. Okay, so just draw. So this is my checkbox, second checkbox, and so on. Okay, maybe you want to try a slider. Okay, but for now, when you put all of the buttons in the figure, you cannot use it yet. Okay, you have to write something or adjust the properties of each of the buttons. Okay, so let's clear everything up. Okay, so I just undo. Okay, just press undo. So if you refer to the tutorial, the tutorial gives an example of making a simple calculator, okay, where you have two numbers you want to add. So here you want to add number 4 and number 20. So you just write the number in the empty boxes, and then you press the button add. So the answer will come out here. Okay, it's a simple thing where you can use directly from MATLAB without using the GUI. But here is an example how you can create some app, okay, using MATLAB. So we will try to do this following the example, okay. Okay, so firstly, if you can open your GUI, GUI PDF file, you can look at it, okay. But here I will show you only the MATLAB screen. So from the tutorial, basically the tutorial use these three buttons here. Okay, so the text box, the edit text, and also the push button. Okay, so usually the text box you use it to display some instructions. Okay, let's say if you have an instruction to the user, you can use a static box or text box. For the edit text box, usually you use it to put some numbers. Okay, if you have a number you want to put, or you want the user to put a number, you can use the edit text. And for the push button, usually you will use it to execute something. Okay, execute some operation. So here we use a push button to execute the addition operation. Okay. So maybe I put the push button here and make it bigger, and then static text, make it bigger. Okay. And then the edit text. And then I want to edit text because there are two numbers that you want to add. Okay, so this is the first number. This is the second number where you will write the first number here and second number here. And then in the example, the example put 4 static text. Okay, so I just follow the example. Okay, but later on, during your project or during your test, you can uh, use your creativity to create the GUI. Okay. Okay, so this is the layout of my GUI. Okay. Then after that, after you put all of the buttons, then you can try to look for the you can adjust the properties of the each of the buttons. Okay, so usually I will double click. Okay, so just double click one of the button, so you will get this inspector windows. Okay, so it's called inspector. So here there are a lot of properties of the buttons. Okay, there are so many that I don't know everything. Okay, so I only know a few. Okay, so for example, the string here, the string property basically tells you basically you can write whatever things in the string property here. Okay, you just add it here, and it will come up in the button in the GUI window. If so, for example, you write edit here, for example, okay, and then press enter. So here in the button, it will be replaced with the word with whatever word that you written in the properties. Okay, and then you can change the font size. Okay, so go to the font size here. You can change the font size. So let's say 14, okay, to make it bigger. Or you can change the font type, the font angle, the font weight, the colors, okay, the background color of the button. Okay, so this one you have to explore. Okay, so let's say you want to use green. So the words will become green color. Okay, so here you can change the background color of the button. So let's say yellow. So now the button becomes yellow in color. Okay, so since we have 4 static text button here, so from the tutorial, what the tutorial do is basically um, they change the static text into some instruction for the user. Okay, so the first static text, um, we need to change it to plus symbol. And then second one is into equal symbol. And then the third one into number 0. And then the last one here, just the title of your GUI. Okay, and then you rearrange your GUI to make it cantik sikit lah. Okay. So here what I do is basically this is the title. So this box edit text will be a place where you put your first number, and this is your second number. So here the instruction says add these two number and equals this number. Okay, the third box here. Okay, then after you adjusted everything, then you go to the box with the number 0 here. Double click, and then go to the tag, property tag. Okay, so here tag basically is one of the most important property in the GUI, because later on when you want to change the code of the GUI, you need to refer to this tag name. Okay, so here in the example, it writes as answer static text. Okay, but usually for me, I will write something simple that I can remember. Okay, for example, answer, only answer, and so on. But in the example, we just follow the example. So the example write answer underscore static text. But for me, I will write something simple so that I can easily remember which tag, which boxes this tag is referring to. Okay. So for now, we write as answer underscore static tags. And then, so this is your layout of the GUI. Then we can change something else. Okay, now we look at the edit text box here. So double click on the edit text box. Then go to the string. And here you put the number 0. Okay. So by default, the box contains number 0. Okay. And then change the tag into here in the example, it use the sentence add input text, input edit text. Okay. And maybe change the font size. Okay. Then edit the second edit text. String 0, similar to the first one. So here input to underscore edit text. Change the font size. Okay, now we look at the push button. Okay, so for the push button, just double click and then do the same thing. Change the font size and then change the string. Okay, so you want to display something here. Okay, like for example, I want to display please click here to add. Example. Okay, so whenever the user use this GUI, they know that they have to click this button to perform the addition operation. Okay, and then change the tag. Similarly, change the tag. So here, following the instruction, so add push button. Okay. Okay, so now as a general rule, first you need to arrange your GUI. So let's say you design first what your GUI will look like. So you design, and then after you put all of the buttons, then you need to change. Maybe you need to adjust the color or adjust the font size. But the most important thing that you need to adjust is the string, because it will display on the button. Okay, so whatever string that you write here will be displayed on the screen. Okay, on the GUI. And then the second thing that you need to adjust is the tag. Okay, so tag, you will adjust all of the boxes that you will use later in the code. Okay, so for example, the plus and equal sign here, you don't have to change the tag, because the purpose of this plus and equal sign is just to display. Okay, but here the number 0, you need to change the tag because you will use it later. Later, I will show you how you will use it in the program, and also the push button. Okay. Okay. After that, you can save your GUI. So when you save your GUI, you will get two types of files here. Okay, you will get GUI example.fig, and another one is GUI example.m. Okay, so that fig, when you double click, you will get this figure. Okay, for the .m, when you click, you will get this code here. Okay? So this is the code where you need to adjust later. Okay, so GUI example.m. So the .m is the code for the GUI, and then the .fig is the GUI layout. Okay. Okay, now we will adjust the code. Okay, so that the GUI performs according to what we want. So what we want is basically we want to allow user to add number into this white box, into these white boxes, and then user will press this button, and then the answer will come out here. Okay, so there are three main things that you need to adjust. Okay, so here firstly you need to firstly in the example you need to adjust the input text. Okay, the white boxes. So here we have a lot of code. Okay, so sometimes when you make a huge GUI, so you cannot find which specific part of the code that you want to adjust. Okay, so to find the code, you go to the editor. No, not editor. Okay, editor, and then here. So, no, not this one. Where is it? Okay, so my MATLAB is different from the tutorial. Okay, so I need to check it first. Not here. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, tak jumpa. Okay, so if you can find this button in your MATLAB, let me show you the screen. Okay, so if you can find this button F here, so you can click this button and then search for input one edit text callback. Okay, so we need to find the word callback. Okay, but for the first text box. Okay, input one. So since I don't have that, so I have to look for it manually. Okay, so here, okay, so the function is here. Okay, so basically you need to find this function and then write your code here in this under this function. Okay. So when you find this input one edit text callback. Okay, so the clue is callback. You need to add a few lines of code. Okay, so here in the example you need to add this line of code. Okay, input equals string to num bracket get each object string. Okay, so this code basically what this code do is basically when you write a number here, when user write a number in the white box, so the GUI will receive the number as a string. Okay, as a String means either a sentence or either a word or a letter. So the GUI will accept that as a word or letter and then convert it into numbers. Okay. So let's say when you write number 5. So when you write number 5, the GUI or MATLAB will not recognize it as a number. Okay. It will recognize it as a letter. Okay. But when you use this function string to num, so it will convert the number or the letter into a number, okay, into something of type double. Okay, so you have to write this number string to num and get h object string. Okay, so get h object string means that you take the number or whatever you write here or the user write in the box. Okay, so get h object string here means whatever you write here will be transferred to this as an input and then change into number. Okay, so here I will just write the code here. Okay, and then after that you need to write this lines here, the if else here, the if and. So here means that when you don't put anything in the box, then by default it will be set as 0. Okay, the number in the box will be set as 0. Okay, so this is just to ensure that when you don't write anything, then it will have a default value. Okay, okay, done. Similarly, you need to edit the second white box. Okay, so there are two white box, so you have edited the first one. Now you need to edit the second one. So basically the same thing. So just copy here and find the input 2. Okay, instead of input 1, find input 2, callback. Okay, the callback. So it's here, then just paste. Okay, but because the first one you have used the variable input, so the second one you need to change to a different name. Okay, so here I will use input 1, and the second one I use input 2. Okay, okay, and then you have now adjusted the code for the empty boxes, the white boxes. So now you need to adjust the push button. Okay, so the push button will whenever the user push the button, it will add the two number automatically. Okay, so the same thing, you need to find the callback but for the push button. Okay, so just now we have written in the string in the tag push button as the add push button. So just look for this function. Okay, so it's here at push button callback. Okay, and then under the code you just um, write all of this. Okay, all of the code given in the example. Okay, so for example the first one is a equals get Okay, so the first one is you write a equals get handles dot input edit text string. Okay, so what happened here is that this function here, the function get, it will go back to the function input one underscore edit text, which is this one. Okay, so it will take whatever string that you write. Okay, whatever you write here, the string whatever you write in the first text box. Okay, similarly for B, it will find the input to underscore edit text, the function, which is down below, and then it will take whatever text that you write in the box. Okay, it will transfer here. Then after that, you just sum the number. Okay, so what happened here is that because you take the text, okay, only the text that is written in both of the input one and input two box, edit text white box. So you have to convert the text into number first. Okay, I don't know why the steps is slightly weird, because you have already convert the number here. Supposedly you can just take this. Okay, but I think there might be some other issues. Okay, so here what you write here, handles dot here. Okay, handles dot means that you are referring to whatever object that is written in the text. Okay, the edit text. Okay, so handles means you take whatever object that is written in the input or the text box. Okay, so the handles that you are taking is the whatever things that you write here. Okay, so after that you convert into string. You convert from string to number, you add them, and then you save it as a variable total. And then because the variable total is in number form, so you want to display the number back into GUI, so you cannot you need to convert the number into string. Okay, so here you convert the number, so now total is a number, so you convert it number to string. Okay, so you convert the number into string and then save it into variable C. And then lastly, to display the number C uh, into the box. Okay, that's for the other button. So here you just write the last line here. Okay, to convert the answer into string type and display it. Okay. Okay, so what happened here is that um, the function here basically find this function answer static text. So answer text is basically this box here. Okay, this box here. So basically what this function do is um, um how to explain, it changes all anything that this answer static box is displaying. Okay, so now answer static box display number 0, so it changes whatever text that this box is displaying into the string C. Okay, so it changes the text into string C. So now C takes the total value and then change it into string, okay, into tulisan lah, okay, into writings, okay, and then display it into the answer underscore static text, okay. So I just want to highlight to you that to change whatever you have written in the box, okay, you need to call it by writing it like this, okay, handles dot, okay. So you write handles dot and then choose whatever push button ke, okay, text box ke that you want to change the writing. Okay, so just write handles dot, okay, handles dot, and then whatever name whatever tag that you use for your buttons, okay. So the same things here, handles dot, okay, handles dot input one, handles dot input two. But get meaning that you take the value that is written in the text box. But set is you change whatever is written in the text box, okay. Now basically you have completed the GUI, okay. So you can click save and then go back to your GUI layout and then just click run button. Okay, so after a few seconds your GUI will appear, okay. So this is the GUI that you can play with, okay. Oops. So sorry for that. And then so the GUI just now you can for example you can change the number in the first white box. Let's say I write number 1 and then number 2, okay. So just click add. Oh tak jadi, okay. There are some errors. Tak jadi pula. Once again. Okay, tak jadi. Hmm. Okay, so now the GUI just cannot add the numbers. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so the mistake that I did was the name of the function. Okay, so here the name of the function is small letter I, but I wrote it here just now as a big letter. Okay, so same thing for input two. I wrote it as a capital letter, but here I wrote it as just now I wrote it as a small letter. Okay, so yeah, that's another thing. You need to make sure that the text you write here is the same. Okay, same as the text that you have written here. So um, as a guideline, it's better if you just directly copy. Okay, directly copy from the function name. Okay, rather than write by your own. Okay, to avoid mistakes. Okay. The other error that I made just now is here in the is empty. So I just forgot to put the number. Okay, so it's input two. Here, it only written as input. Okay, so make sure that this two is tally. Okay, same with this one. Make sure this are tally. Okay, and then after you make sure that you have written it following the name correctly, then you will get the functioning GUI. Okay, so what happen is that when you write a number, write your number here and then press enter. Write a number here, let's say 10, and then just press enter, and then press the click button. Okay, so it will add the number automatically. So I think can you can also not press enter here. Okay, just write number and then click. Okay, but sometimes if you want to make sure that your GUI is correct, so just put number here and then press enter. If there is no error coming out, then your GUI is correct. Okay, just now I press enter, then I got an error, so meaning that this text box is incorrect. Okay, so make sure that you write your number and then press enter. Okay, so this is an example of how to make a simple addition. Okay, in your GUI. So maybe as a tutorial, okay, later you can do it your own. So maybe you can try add more buttons. Okay, maybe add plus button, add minus button, multiplication button, division button, or even you can try instead of putting button, put numbers. Okay, button with numbers. Okay, where when you press that button, a specific operation will happen. Okay, not necessarily only addition operation. So let's say if you want to add a minus button. Okay, so let's say here uh, here in the example you have addition button. Okay, let's say you want to add a minus button, you just add another push button. Okay, just add another push button, and then in your uh, GUI example there will be another function for the push button. Okay, so whatever you put in the GUI, you need to um, firstly you need to change the string. So string, let's say minus. Okay, minus, and then change the tag. Okay, make sure you change the tag. So here you change minus push button, for example. Okay, and then click save. and then a new GUI will be generated. Okay, so the new GUI will have an extra push button. Okay, so here is the new push button that I have added just now, which is the minus push button. So you can maybe do it on your own. So maybe the same thing, just copy this, put it here, and then instead of minus, just change it to instead of plus, change it to minus. Okay, and then maybe save it first, and then go back to your GUI, click run, and then write some numbers, maybe 10, and then 5, and then click minus. Okay, so you get a minus. So maybe now you can try different things like multiplication and division. Okay, I think that's it lah. Okay, for today. I actually want to brief to you about our project. Okay, but because our project is kind of difficult. Okay, um, mm, maybe you have to explore the tutorial that I give to you first. Okay, so in the tutorial there are tutorial about plotting graph. So I want you to explore about plotting graph as well. Try to explore first, and then maybe next week, or the following week, we will do a class. Okay, maybe next week and another online class if you are free, and the following week, week 12, maybe we will do class as a regular class. Okay, so try to explore about how to plot graph using GUI. It's the same thing, just click the push button and then a graph will appear. Okay, but the code is slightly different. Okay, so for the project, it's about uh, um, you have to create a GUI to allow you to plot different kinds of graph. Okay, so I think we have learned about plotting in week 4. Okay, week 4, week 5, I don't remember. So in the lecture notes, I think lecture about 2D plot, so I skip about plotting graph like pie chart, histogram, for example. So I skip that. Basically what this project is about is you have to have a set of data and then plot the data. uh, uh, you have to allow the user to plot whatever graph that they want using GUI. So for example is that, let's say you have a set of data and then the user wants to plot a bar chart, for example, or a pie chart, a line chart, and so on. So by clicking a button, let's say a button says plot bar chart. So when user click that button, a bar chart will appear. So when a user click pie chart, a pie chart will appear. Okay. So the concept is similar from the tutorial. It's just that a different kind of plot will appear. Okay. So you need to relearn chapter about 2D plot. Okay. And then a graph will appear, and then the user can uh, export the graph. Okay, so this one is a bit difficult because I also don't know how to do exporting graph, but as I said earlier, in MATLAB you can just Google the solution, because there are a lot of solution already been discussed in forum. Okay, so if you can find the solution, you can just use in your project. Okay, but the important thing is about getting the data. Okay, so if let's say if you have taken statistics before, and maybe in your statistic class, you have taken some data, okay, for your statistic project. So you can use that data. So if you don't have any other data, you can search it from kaggle.com. So in kaggle.com, there are a lot of data that allows you to play around, like maybe do some plotting, for example. And then maybe you can do some data processing. So if your data is missing, you can just remove the data, or if your data is incomplete, you can remove that portion of data. Okay. And then after that, it's about your creativity. Okay, so if you want to plot scatter plot, for example, but I don't ask you to plot everything, but if you can plot at least two different graph in your project, then that will be good. Okay, or maybe you can change the color, or maybe the user can change can write their own legend, for example. And then after that, you can also, if you are more creative, then you can ask the user to maybe write something in the text, in the GUI, so that the user can use it to explain, okay, to explain the data to the audience. Okay, so it's your creativity. Okay, so this project is also 15 marks. So your project number 2 is Simulink, also 15 marks. So I think in one group there are 3 to 4 people. So you can divide your project equally among you guys. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today's class. Any question that you want to ask, especially about project? Okay, so if you have no question, you can just text me if you have a question after this.
So,
Okay, yeah.
project due date bila?
Usually after study week, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I know we are a bit late kan, dah week 11, week 10. So you can submit a bit late lah. Okay. Don't worry. Okay, I haven't create the submission link, but maybe submit before study week ends lah.
Sir, kiranya week 13 ke tu?
Week 14 tu ada 2 hari kan, and then week 15 lah kot.
Okay, sir.
Study week. Okay. Okay, try explore first. Okay, if you stuck, just text me and I will try to help. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today's class, and see you next week if you want to have another online class or not. We see you again. I see you again in week 12, 2nd January. Okay. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.